Alright guys, what is up? Here in a game between Poxjunkie and Apriest. Let's see, who's on the left-hand side? Left-hand side will be Poxjunkie and the right-hand side will be, Apriest. I always say Apriest for some reason, but it's Apriest. Poxjunkie is playing his FS SP deck, and Priest is playing his Meta SP deck. So we'll see, or Battle Group, however you want to call it. We'll see how these two players fare versus each other. Both decks are very good. Usually FS has a bit of an advantage because of all the water, but there's really no aquatic here, or like not much I could really think of that can take advantage of this. The only real place you can see the advantage of the aquatic champion would be right here, right? So or not aquatic, but amphibious champion. Or flying, really, but just because then you can maybe skirt around the edges and get to the enemy font, and that's the only real positive of having that, getting through that water, really. Anyway, so we do have the Deep Cave Extractor out. Now I'm gonna just go ahead, I'm gonna let you guys watch the game because there's really no point in me just monologuing what's happening like play by play. There's really no point to it at the moment because really nothing's happening, at least not until they both get here and there's a fight. So let's just talk about like I always say, the macro game of what's going to happen later in the game, and what both players are going to be looking at to do in the future, right? These are both good players. They're both top 10, so they definitely have this in their mind. They're thinking ahead. They're probably doing the same thing that we're going to be doing in a sec. So both of them are going to be looking to play high late game champions, because early game, if you get a champion like this, Area Rift Lord out early, you can get a lot of the rifts out, you can get the vitality creation going, so this is a good champion. Secondly, both of them, especially for a priest, he's looking for the Cyclops Ritualist to more easily deal with these summons. So that's probably his what am I saying? The ploy he wants most is that Ritualist. Not only will it deal with the summons, but because it also has that magic damage, it can kind of more easily deal with that Rift Lord, right? Also, the Crested Fesh also summon. Another champion that Thor plays, that Priest knows about, is the what's called the Spirit of the Mountain. And because of Spirit Manifestation, all that stuff, no matter what, I think Priest may even play 2 of the Cyclops Ritualists, so he might even be looking to play both of them, really. There's so many summons coming out. We have 1 or 3 from him every few turns, 1 from Mika, and then the Shaman. So fight is kind of starting now, just about. First damage going to be going over to Poxjunkie with the Rift Spirit. Not only 8 damage though, and it's vulnerable physical, actually, not magical, so this won't do extra damage or anything. So yeah, getting anti-summons out for him is very good. Now what does Poxjunkie see here? He sees the AoE fire case. That's a bit scary. Might want to see if you can get Dispel out to deal with the turtle, but that's not usually too much of a threat. You can just wait for a turn, it's okay. He wants maybe some more supporting champions. At the moment, he only has that Rift Lord that can tank in the front line or like be in this font, right? Mika, you really don't want in the font too much. Even though she has a bash, she's not that tanky, right, with these base stats. Both of them really want to be playing the tribal post though, because when you have a lot of little summons, it's always very beneficial, like I've said before, to have that tribal post. Look at that, 17 HP versus 10, right? These guys can all get, or he only has 10 because he's on the magic zone, but they can all get like AoE down now quite easily with, for example, the fire case. While if they're at 17, it's much harder. Alright, so tribal post goes away now. It's kind of a sad. It's always hard. Do you put the tribal post there just so you can keep the font for a turn, or do you just retreat and then not play the tribal post? It's also kind of an idea, This is a good play. The Mind Collar. The reason that Mind Collar is a good play, in my opinion, is because of that distracting blows. good to deal with that fire case. That means no turtle, no leap, no annihilate, just to really remove this guy as a threat completely. The only thing he'll be doing then is fire aura, right? So that's a very good decision by Poxjunkie. Alright, so this is where it gets scary. I'm gonna look for... Alright, there's an AoE. Not bad. Remember, these guys... There's no Warbender out yet, so these are all dead. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. And now this Rift Lord is kind of alone over here at the moment. There we have the extraction going off. So again, good first... Or was that second turn? The third turn deploy by the... by Priest is that extractor. So he's already getting a bit of a Nora lead. Yeah, it is partially FS, but because, you know, full FS versus SP bonus, it doesn't really matter. So all summons are gone now for Poxjunkie. And that's what I was saying. He needs another frontliner just because you don't really want your Rift Lord dying early. And he is now completely alone. This is all magic damage, right? So he's not even... he's in danger. I'm putting it that way. He is in danger with all these magic damage champions out. So is he going to play a Relic and retreat? Or is he going to play something so that he does not die next turn in some way? Maybe, I don't even know, there's no impervious or anything. Anyway, this 1v1, the Doombringer wins 100% of the time though. First of all, this range is kind of awkward. Like I've said before, anything where it's two numbers right next to each other for range, other than it's 1, 2, right? So anything like 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, something like that means you have a very close, a very, you know, was it thin attack. Here you see just like the surrounding 2 points, and that means if the Doomer gets onto the Storm Orb, it's going to be very hard for him to get away, attack. So generally, I think the Storm Orb loses the 1v1, even though it's only vulnerable physical and not magical. So I'm guessing that the Doomer will just move up on him. This is probably the best choice. You could even go this way. Nah, he's going to move this way onto the Doombringer. Alright, and this is now going to start getting really scary for Junkie. Priest has double extraction going off. So Junkie is going to be afraid of that. This mid-font is very dangerous at the moment. He doesn't have a good way to deal with these summons at the moment. He needs, like I said, either his own Cyclops Ritualist, it's my idea. Also AoEs, there's no banner out, so an AoE would be fine. He does have the Grant Sonic Aura as an AoE, but it's not too strong. I think he runs Avalanche, though, so that's a bit of a help. But yeah, double Extractor going now. That's pretty scary. It's a lot of extra Nora gain. That's basically an extra font, right? Because it's 15 on turn, and there's, you know, 2 of them, so he's up a font a little bit at the moment. So Junkie definitely needs to play something to not let this game go too long. I've played against Priest before when he does this. And one of the downsides, yeah, exactly, he just engages. One of the downsides of having the double extractor is that if you're deploying so often, you might be playing a bit more recklessly, right? And that's what I was playing against Priest. I was playing Grintmaw, and I was playing pretty slowly, and I kind of just went down a font. He had 2 of these out, but we kind of never traded. And at one point, it was my full, you know, army versus his full army. And he kept trading everything in, and he had a lot of stuff, but he just kind of traded kind of inefficiently because he had so much Nora. And at one point, he just ran out of champions. Now that's of course in like 30 turns or something or more, but he does have to watch out to make sure he keeps deploying, efficient champions and not only these miners. Or sorry, if he does, these are very efficient champions, but he has to, make sure they don't die too easily, or else you'll just be out of champions in the end. Anyway, so getting back to this game. So we do see the engage. Like I said, it's very awkward for this Storm Orb now. He can't really move over here. He can move over here, right? So he's over here, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, if he actually moves this way, he can attack. But then the next turn, Doombringer's pretty tanky generally. He has blind, he has the a good range. He has pretty good base stats. So, and with the adaptive, he gets even healthier. So Doombringer's pretty hard to kill by himself. Alright, so there's the Whirling Quarry that gets rid of that banner. Like I was talking before, the banner is a really big thing here, actually. That dying is kind of big. So both banners are gone for both players. And the reason that's so big is, like I said, that Array Rift that can come out every once in a while. Alright, so this fire case is going to be distracted 100%. I'm probably going to die, if anything. Is he dead? No. Yeah, I doubt this Rift Lord is dead. Even with Alacrity or anything, it's kind of close. He should have then waited, though, to attack with the Rift Lord if he was going to play Alacrity, so I doubt he's going to do it now. Yeah, I don't think so. He played the champion as well. Even though he has double, you know, exertion going out, I don't think he has the Nora for Alacrity. So Rift Lord is alive. I'm guessing this Fire Case is dead. He might, you know, let's see. He has double tap here. He has the Aura, I assume. He's at 20 HP. This Rift Lord dying would be really big. Because like I said, this is the late game. And if you're... The only way to counter a Rift Lord if you don't have any anti-summons is with your own Rift Lord, right? Because then you can kind of go tit for tat for the summons. Alright, so there's the distract I was talking about, which is strong. He's probably just going to, you know, single hit it. Is he dead? Ah, he is. Nice. Yeah, he's just going to kill it right here. He has 12 damage. Easy. Alright, so there's the kill, but he's at 16 HP on this Rift Lord. Maybe he has the Font of Restoration. That'd be the best play here. There you go. Font of Restoration. He's now at, what, 60-something? 51, okay. 51 HP on the Rift Lord. He also puts the Font of Restoration kind of in the way so that maybe he can't get engaged too easily. Even though there's a spot right here that you can't see, I believe. Actually, is there? Maybe there isn't. Yeah, no, there isn't actually. So yeah, this is a good place to play the Font of Restoration rather than here. It's just because then, first of all, this way the Rift Lord can run away if he needs to. Like, he's not blocking off his own spot, his own, you know, escape path. But second of all, he can't get engaged with both of the Rift Spirits, only one of them, unless Priest wants to waste one attack on the Font of Restoration. He might still be dead, though. Let's say we have one attack with the Marid. Well, Marid can actually double attack next turn, so we can kill the Font and the... Okay, there's the Ritualist. So the Marid can attack the Restoration, the Font, and the Airway Rift once. So that would be 2 stacks of Encouraged. Then he can attack once, and he can attack once, just because the Font will be gone, right? So that would be 8 plus 8. Oh, he's vulnerable, actually, so it's more like 9 or something, right? So it's 18... plus 10 is 28, and then plus another like 14 is around 40 something, 42, I think. I completely botched up that math a bit, but I think he can get the kill. Basically any spell gets the kill here. If he does an Ava right here, it would actually knock back the Rift Lord into the terrain, doing 15 damage. Actually, no, there is the magic resistance, so there's that. Anyway, so here's the, you know, 1v1 basically, but there's that Extractor that can actually attack. Like I've said before, Extractor is the best relic in the game, in a sense, because you can just play him by your Font, and he protects, he has damage, he's a meat shield, you know. So, right, Storm Orb, gonna just, you know, good idea of Priest. He's saying, you know what, I have my Extractor to defend at the moment. I'm just gonna send my Storm Orb to your top Font. All right, let's see if this is a kill, though. This might be. Look at that extra damage. You got 4 extra damage here now? Even though he's getting double tap, so it's even more. All right, so he attacks once here. He attacks once here. Is there any type of... There's only weakened spells. So he attacks once here. Again, onto the Font, right? Yeah. Oh, it's 10 even, right? I said 9? What did I say? Oh, he didn't actually need to move that way. He could have killed the Font of Restoration. He might have done it this way, though, just so that he has the extra attack with the Marid in case he needs, like, 4 damage. So it's not a bad idea. Yeah, in case he needs, like, right now, this will do, like, 3 damage, and that could be what he needs. Yeah, there's 3 damage. He's actually 1 damage off with a Shocked at the moment. He needs 1 more damage. He should have attacked first with the Marid, and then he would have had the kill, right? Because then he would have got the Encouraged. So if he had attacked for double with Marid first, he would have the kill here. Actually, no, never mind. He wouldn't have got the kill anyway. So yeah, the that actually kind of a misplay to not attack double attack with Marid first. He would be at, you know, 1 less health, but whatever. All right, so there you go. He goes in here. He's probably gonna deploy. He has this Font now, and you know this 1v1. You know, is winning this, right? He's even blocking. Actually, there might be a poison trap here. I don't know why you would go there. I would stay here, right? Because then he has to play a relic. Now he can just move into the Font. Unless he's bouncing. No, he's not bouncing, though. If you had bounce, yeah, if you put bounce on the extractor, you should have just stayed here. Whatever. Alright, so there's that ritualist dealing with these rift spirits. Another really good thing about the rift spirits is they just had battle harden from the admiral, so they had even more damage. Alright, yeah, so now this font is still in the or this font of restoration is still in the font, so this is being contested. He doesn't have to put anything in the font himself. Alright, there's the distract, also just kind of like picking away at the rift lord. Good idea. And once you get this Rift Lord alive, I would maybe even just run him completely as far away as possible. You just want this champion to die, like to survive. You don't need him to be close enough to deal damage. You don't need him close enough to, you know, maybe bait something. You just want this one alive, in my opinion. So maybe you just run him completely away and make sure that he survives. Maybe, because you have the Arrow Rift up quite soon. Maybe next turn even. And right now, if the Merid moves in, he might be able to get an attack with both of them or something, or a spell and attack that would get a kill. He does have that weaken spells though, so maybe there's that. But I don't know. I would still just maybe run him all the way over here or something. I don't know. It's a good idea just to keep that Rift Lord alive. Alright, there you go. There you go. Yeah, this is looking very good for Poxjunkie at the moment. I wonder though why he moved him here. Maybe he wants him to move in so they can 1v1 each other? I'm not sure. He can attack? No, he's actually one off. If he had stayed here and put balance on the extractor would have been bounced this way, right? Because if he was here, he'd be bounced this way to get in the font. And then that would cause, you know, him to have this font. So I don't know why I didn't just do that. It's kind of weird. And there's no, I thought there might have been a poison trap, but no. Alright, so the font goes down. I mean, it is four, you know, pretty scary champions here. We have the, you know, Rift. They're both, you know, this one's pretty tanky right now. Look at this, 58 HP, 10 damage. He's at 20. We have the Merid, who's always very efficient with the, well, usually he has swap, but here he plays Gift the Genie, which is not bad either. Extractor getting loads of Nora, so, yeah. So it's 5 versus 5. Well, I'm not going to count the extractor, so we'll say 4 versus 5. And here, 2 versus 2, but also I'm not sure if I should count the extractor. So he's ahead in champions, but the amount of Nora that Priest should be getting means he should be able to, you know, kind of push ahead soon. If he, like, trades well, that is. Alright, so Voil Bomber going for that late game. Well, maybe not late game, but the cool thing about the Voil Bomber is he kind of, he's very good in swing turns. And SP has some very strong swing turns. With the, not only the Battle Harden is kind of a swing turn ability, but also the War Drummer. That means if you have the Voil Bomber anywhere close and you get the War Drummer, it's just insane. Also, like, he gets to 2-8 damage, or 2-8 range quite quickly. And then, you know, this guy just, what's this? Vicious Harpoon. Yeah, he's dead. That's dead. Alright, Fesh. He's not at the font at the moment. He has to either move it into the font or play a relic. He's at 13. That's a perfect kill. I mean, the poison would kill him anyway, but he wants to get the kill now so he can get the Norglobe as well as get into the font. So he's just going to move up, get a perfect kill here with the Arrow Rift, unless there's any type, yeah, there's just one armor, right? That's all I see. It's nothing that would keep the Merid alive in any way. Oh, he taps again, okay. So he's going to kill with the poison. I thought he would just go ahead and kill with the Rift Lord. Maybe, I don't know. I guess he might be running away then, or is he playing the Arrow Rift? That could be it too. Ah, okay, gotcha. Arrow Rift, getting that dead magic zone, really good. But no relic here yet. Does he have the Nora? He should. Oh, wow, he has his own extractor. I've not seen that before. This is the first time I've seen Poxjunkie play the extractor, actually. That's interesting. Will he get the Nora Globe? I wonder if the Quarry's going to move in to get this Nora Globe. Probably not, right? Because that's way too dangerous. Unless you're playing like loads of spells to save you somehow. Again, I'm not sure. I might really just run him away. The Arrow Riffler could be a really nice bait, but then again, maybe you just want him to survive. Alright. So there's the perfect kill. Not bad. He could, like I said, he could have killed with the Rift Lord if he wanted to, but instead he chose for that Arrow Rift ability. This Rift Lord will have it in 2 turns, I think, so definitely want to keep him alive. It is, though, this is right now Priest's font. So you could deploy here, but what can he deploy here that wouldn't die next turn, right? There's so many summons. Anything he deploys to get to Nora Globe would die instantly. Unless it's like something with Vaporize maybe, but even then, there's so much magic damage. Yeah, this guy stalls so long, and now he's just gonna... So it's, right now, it's 1-2 fonts versus 2. But this one will not stay taken. Okay, there you go. There's the Ritualist to deal with these summons, finally. Oh, he already has it. Okay, I thought he had it next turn. I actually don't like... I don't know why he plays Depression. I don't like Depression on the Extractor. I find it stupid. So you can have Depression or you can have Drain rank 2. Drain rank 2 is he's exactly the same cost. So with Drain rank 2, or maybe it's even 1, they're both 42 HP. But here with Depression, this means you want him in the front lines, right? You want him, you know, causing the enemy's damage to go down. But you don't want him in the front line. You want him in the back just making Nora, right? Because that's how he plays. Yes, he becomes a very efficient meat bag because of all the Nora gain he makes, but he's so slow because of the lumbering that it takes so long to get through the enemy. Ooh, okay. Mangled Totem. I mean, that doesn't deal any damage to the Doombringer, though. It's kind of a weird deploy here. Is it just so he can't get through there? So he can't run away, or what? What's the point of this Mangled Totem? I have no idea. Yeah, so look, the whole time, yeah, he's getting to the enemy. By the time he gets to the enemy, though, he's like, this is all reduced damage at the moment. They all have reduced damage because of this Depression. I really would just play him with Drain and just keep him in the back. Like, I don't know why you ever need him. See, Poxjunkie also plays him with Drain. Right? Like, yeah, you're never going to use this ability, but most of the time, the Depression will be a detriment to you. There is one idea, I think, I'm not sure if it was Baller. Ooh, Cleanse, okay. There was one idea, a reason to play Depression, is if he's a font contester, so if you just have him in the back defending your own font, if anything comes to take it, then it will be harder to kill your Extractor because you have the Depression. But playing him this way is just so weird, right? Because he's just like the whole time reducing. Alright, so he's going for the Mangled Totem, whatever. Yeah, I think the Mutant is going to come in here. Both of these champions are just so weak. Alright. Nice Ava to kill the Totem and deal extra damage to the Extractor as well. And, you know, I think the Doombringer could 1v1 these guys, but now he also has the Mutant coming. That's just very strong. Like, he doesn't even need this font. He's at 2 versus 2. And he has, you know, basically the same, almost, like, these guys cancel out, let's say. So he's only 1 Extractor up. Both have the Rift Lords. Both now have the Ritualists. Ranged support versus ranged. What was that? The bounce. Yeah, that was the bounce from the Extractor, from onto the on the Extractor. Alright, so there we go. We have the Hynid coming out. The Hynid is a good deploy, especially when you have the Storm Orb out. Storm Orb is very efficient, 54 Nora for the 50 HP with the War Banner, which by itself is a 1-to-1 ratio. But what's so nice about him is, first of all, he's ranged, right? He has basic, fine, like his base stats are completely fine. Like whatever, with this Nora cost, you're fine with playing this champion. What's really nice is that Spark Curse, so that whenever the Shrinker uses or gets that Jolt off, you actually also curse the enemy, which is really strong, actually. Just be able to, you know, reduce the speed, the damage on your enemy, just basically for free. And yeah, there's the blind. You can just smack with the Doombringer if he wants. Get in range is also good. Just so he can't run away, right? Now he's basically stuck over there. Yeah, actually he is. The Storm Orb is dead next turn because he can't run away here. Even though he's blinded, he can't go this way, can't go this way. And, actually, no, he can go this way, actually. You can move this. Is he flying? Yeah, he's flying still. Okay, never mind. So it's not as bad as I thought. My bad, guys. That's my phone. What was that? Sorry. What was that sound? Ah, okay. Now this is even stronger. Now with the Infernal, we have less healing coming out for Priest. So that's only really affects the Ritual of Healing here, right? He has 45 health again. I mean, he's only at half health, but he's already at 45. How much is he at? 70 on this Rift Lord. That's why I was saying it's so strong to get these guys out early. We're at what? Turn 21. All right. So I wonder how did this happen? What happened here to? I think what went wrong, in my opinion, I think Priest is gonna lose this. I see this and I think Thor has a pretty big advantage. Or Junkie has a pretty big advantage. He's using his AP here because he knows that Priest plays that Mangled Totem, so he doesn't want to die to Punishing Aura. That's why he's doing this. Anyway, so what I think went wrong here for Priest is, first of all, I think his battle group is slightly worse. Not by much, because it's full faction SP. Anything full faction SP is very strong. But it is minutely, it's worse, I think. Well, he's playing a lot of meta things. But, like, this isn't meta, well, 80, let's look at this guy. 83 Nora, Barrage, Lift. Unequipable is, like, plus minus, right? Battle Harden, Iron Will. Good base stats, though. All right, I would say this is like a off meta pick. It's not. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's not not normal. I would say usually. So yeah, I would say the decks are very close in tier rank. So I don't think I can really give any fault to that. Also, I don't think you can give a fault to like what turn you got what champions. So I think this is a full-on skill matchup. There's no like, hey, you know, there's no complaining about, oh, you got this first, or you got first turn deploy. Cause like, we don't like at this point you don't even know who went first turn, right? Like it's been so long that you don't even know who was first turn or not. Let's see. In the beginning, with that Arrow Rift that killed or that surrounded the Merid, kind of, but then that didn't happen. I mean, this whole game would look really different if Priest had gotten that kill on the Rift Lord, right? If he had gotten the kill, this would be gone. This like extreme late game champion would be gone, and then it would be this, right? These four. And you're like, well, where's your front line? Right now, this Rift Lord is going to be such a tanky front line whenever he needs it. All right, so we can probably see a heal now. This was already used, so that's not happening. All right, there you go. That's a dead Storm Orb with the reverberating blast. This might even be a dead Extractor too, right? He only has 6 damage on him though, because of the Depression. Here, Depression is actually doing value, right? Or we're getting value out of it, put it that way. All right, is that 11? Is he gonna go for the Storm Orb? Yeah, I guess so, right? He gets the font this way too. Yeah, he gets the font. Gets the kill, so no more Nora. And he's now, yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, he can still get in the font, so he could move the Head Shrinker in, but that's not too good. So then it's going to be 3 fonts to 2. Yeah, look at all these deploys, though. He has to deploy. You never want to have to deploy to defend. You always want to deploy to attack. Just because this means he's now a font down, right? All right, there's the heal. He can also do the transfer life maybe next turn. All right, GG. Yeah, that was a really interesting game. I think I'm not sure if I would have GG'd there. I mean, I GG very early in my games. But like I said, it was over. Junkie won that just by pure, like, gameplay sense, pure strategy. There was nothing about, you know, first turn. There was nothing about like a skill level of battle group. It was just completely strategy of like macro and how he won that, right? He retreated off that mid font. He got kills with a vicious harpoon because Junkie was too greedy with his Marid. So he got like a few like nice kills. They weren't anything to shout home about. They weren't insane, but a few nice kills. But really, in my opinion, it was just like his macro, his late game sense, and knowing what was going to happen. And he's like, you know what? I will give up mid font. I'm going to go for your top font. You have a very weak champion's top font. That was one of the biggest things I think that lost that game was the deploy of the Storm Orb to go top. It's good to have a cheap champion go top, but it being ranged meant that he couldn't defeat that Doombringer. And then once he, that 1v1 was just completely botched, right? There was no way that Doombringer was ever going to die with the blind and the bounce and whatever else, unless he was playing like 10 different spells to kill it. And then he kind of just got that top font. He got into it. Once he got into that top font, it was just over, I think. Yeah. Like I said, if you deploy the double Norigen, it's a bit dangerous. Because you can kind of like put in pigeonhole. You're pigeonholed into like weird plays sometimes. I don't know. You don't play the same when you have so much Nora gain than other times sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, GG. Really well played.